This video is only one part of an in-depth review, so check out the rest at thegoodride.com. Thanks for watching.
Here we are with the Arbor Terrapin.
Whoa, stereo.
Yeah.
We rode this with Union Strata and Adidas Tactical ADVs. We got these right as the COVID shutdown happened.
Yeah.
So we did some drift boarding in, some pretty good powder.
Really good. That was an epic day.
This is pretty much a pure powder board. I'm sure you could play around with this on groomers and make it work, but it really shines and lives to be a powder board only.
Yeah.
It's very short, very tapered, and very wide, and very different. It's kind of off, very weird. It's kind of off the beaten path of the short, wide powder boards. So
yeah, it felt very different than the other boards, and it definitely has completely its own, don't think I've really ever seen a board shaped quite like this.
And to get into sizing, yeah, it fit us.
145.
Yeah, but it worked with our weight and our boot size. As far as the shape goes, it, like we said, very tapered, very directional. The camber profile is Arbor's parabolic rocker, continuous rocker. With this camber profile, the continuous rocker also has lifted sides and lifted tails. Far more lifted than your average uprise fender technology. It's only got grip tech on the back, not front inserts and back inserts, so it's kind of interesting there. And the on-snow feel is very small and loose and very tapered. So
very back foot slashy.
Yeah.
It's stiff.
just
nothing.
Hey, no give. Which is weird because you could butter it off the tail, but you're basically just utilizing the rocker.
No, you're literally just leaning the whole
You're just rocking it back. Yeah. And
it's not
got
so much a butter
rocker
as it is like a manual.
Yeah. And I like Arbor's continuous rocker for pop. If you load between your feet, these boards spring. This one I didn't feel it like I did with the old twins from Arbor that I rode a lot. I couldn't really get this to pop that well. The base glide was fine. It it kept its speed well, especially dry, and in one day it was a little wet.
But you don't really want to go super fast on this.
No,
especially
this is not a bomber. This is
no, not at all.
Even though it's so stiff, it doesn't lend any kind of forgiveness to anybody who wants to point it. No. This is just a loose. This is for quick, slashy turns.
In powder, in lots of powder.
In powder.
And hopefully very dry powder. Because another thing that this board doesn't do well is uneven terrain.
And we're not ripping on this board in particular, but almost every short wide board, except for a small percentage,
very small percentage,
just buck and bounce you around when the conditions. So they're so cool in good snow. Let's say you just get a clean powder day, this Terrapin's going to be a blast. But the minute
nice Japow powder, light, fluffy.
But let's think halfway through a powder day at a resort on a Saturday or a Sunday. By mid-morning, you're going to be bouncing and bucking around 10 times more than everybody else on a normal powder board. That's just a short wide problem, and this did not find a solution around it. We talked about the grip tech off the bottom. Does okay. Turning and carving, just don't bother. This isn't what this board is for. But powder, let's just talk about what it's really made for. Float? Yeah. I mean, this is tapered, directional.
Yeah.
It's only got 5 inserts on the back and 5 inserts on the front. They're basically saying, look, it's so small, just put your feet here, forget about it. And there is a lot of taper. There's a decent amount of setback on board. But again, it just is so small and so weird and so different than so many other short wides I've tried.
You can see some cool video of me, I got some good, it looks like I'm having so much fun on this board, and I am. I'm having these fun, slashy little churny carves in the powder and stuff. I had just, honestly, even how good that powder day was, I had wished it were deeper, lighter, and fluffier for this board in particular. Where that is where this board is gonna shine in, and you can have a lot of fun in it, but even just a little bit thicker stuff, you really feel every bit sending up through you, and it kind of jerked me around a little bit, and I just didn't feel
Yeah,
Super confident in this
and
compared
that
to a lot of
tail
other
sinks
powder.
a lot more than you would think. And
Yeah.
the nose is up. It rides powder like this.
Yeah.
Where a lot of short wides ride powder like this.
So it's really not floating on top of the powder as much as it is like.
Well, the nose is unsinkable.
Unsinkable
but the tail is down.
Tail
and
is
in
digging
there.
through. So
And some people
you're
like
feeling
that
stuff underneath.
Yeah, some people like that. Some people like to be completely on top. I mean, neither board. I mean, you're not really going to cartwheel with any of these. It takes a little time to get used to compared to most of the short wides we tried. It might take a couple days before you start really understanding where you need to wait, how you initiate turns, and just how you ride this in the deep stuff. So
Really
just
cool
know that.
design though. It looks really cool. So
Sexy.
That's.
Welcome to the Good Ride. Thank God you're still watching.
Oh, what? I wasn't paying attention.
All our reviews are a best effort, objective opinion from an average rider's perspective. There's no brand oversight, and we're free to say whatever we want. We send back everything unless it's a favorite, then we ask to keep those or straight up buy them. Now, if you need advice, fill out the eHarmony profile in the Contact Us section of the site. It's the only way I can help you properly. If you want to support us, and if what we reviewed appeals to you, it helps if you buy through our links. So, thanks for watching.